Welcome back, Truth Seeker. August 25th, 2018. In the headlines this evening, Senator John McCain, dead at age 81 from brain cancer. It was just yesterday, Friday, August 24th, that the news story was John McCain's brain cancer treatment was brought to an end. And they didn't make it seem like his death was imminent. But here it is one day later, and it sounds like the truth is his life support was cut yesterday. I was just watching CNN, and what the news anchor said, who's on the TV right now, is it's amazing how much police presence is here in light of his death just happening. I can't believe how prepared they were. Well, what I'm going to show you is why they're so prepared. John McCain was meant to die today, 4 days before his 82nd birthday. We're going to talk about why he died at age 81 on this specific date, August 25th, and what it has to do with the sitting president, Donald Trump, who John McCain did not get along with. So again, McCain's dead at 81. And in case you're new here, there's this language of Gematria. It's very important to the history of Washington, D.C., the presidency, government. This language is Masonic, just like how Washington, D.C. has the headquarters of Freemasonry for North America and is a city named after a Freemason, George Washington, who also died on the most perfect day for his name and what he was, which I'll talk about at the end of this video. So what has happened to John McCain today is nothing new. This has been going on for hundreds of years in this country. Someday, Donald Trump will go out by this perfect code. Talked about this with the death of Ronald Reagan and many other presidents in history. So in Gematria, Senator McCain equals 81, the age he's died at. And I refer to this as the ritual number. Using the alphabetic order and using the reverse alphabetic order, in case you're new here, the alphabetic order is A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, up to Z, the 26 letters, 26. The reverse alphabetic order is just flipping the alphabet around, making Z1 and counting back to A is 26. Both ways, ritual sums to 81. There's not a lot of words that are the same forwards and backwards. Special number. At the beginning of this month, August 1st, 8/1, top stories were Obama endorsed 81 candidates. The Dow Jones fell 81 points. The coach of Ohio State, Urban Meyer, who had coached 81 games at Ohio State to date and who has 81 birth numerology, he got in trouble on that date, which led into a suspension by the numbers, all on 8/1. And when you learn this code, you see how every single day your news media is scripted by this numeric type of sequence, including the deaths of famous people, such as senators, politicians, presidents. So John McCain's dead from brain cancer. And today's date, August 25th, 2018, a date with a life lesson number of 44. With the alphabetic order, brain equals 44, cancer equals 44, chemo equals 44, the word kill equals 44. They said he died at 4:28 in the afternoon local time. In military time, that's 16:28. What is 16 plus 28? 44. Go throughout history, you see the times of the deaths reported, they synchronize with everything else that connects in the stories when you understand this language of letters and numbers. John McCain was remembered for being a military man. Military has Gematria 44, so does soldier, so does infantry, so does officer, and a whole lot more words that are connected to military and killing. Shootings 44, gunfire 44, and more. I had a video on my older channel, which was deleted June of 2017, censored by Google for putting out too much truth. I've been censored about 20 times since. But one of the videos I had up was when John McCain was interviewing Mad Dog Mattis. And in that interview, John McCain brought up how he had served the Marines for 44 years. And in that interview, he asked Mad Dog Mattis if he was aware of the state of affairs of the United States of America in light of the New World Order. And Mad Dog Mattis said he was aware. You know, they're putting this stuff out in front of you. The New World Order, terminology the presidents like to use. The United States of America is not a sovereign nation. It is the military arm of the New World Order, which is a Masonic order. Much older than this country. country's part of an agenda. But notice Mad Dog Mattis, the 44-year veteran of the Marines, his nickname Mad Dog equals 44, his last name Mattis equals 44. Moving on. He died from brain cancer. Both words sum to 44, thus brain cancer is 44 plus 44 equals 88. He died on August 25th, which has Gematria of 88. He was a member of the Republican Party, which has Gematria of 88. The name Trump equals 88. Masonic ritual equals 88. The name George Washington equals 88, and the same cipher the Republican Party does. Special number. You know, earlier this week, August 21st, another date when written out that sums to 88, you saw Michael Cohen plead guilty to 8 counts. You saw Paul Manafort determined to be guilty of 8 counts. 8 and 8 in the 8th month, August. And the name Manafort also sums to 88 in the same cipher Trump does, just using the alphabetic order. And with regards to Masonic ritual being 88, again, John McCain's dead at 81, the ritual number. Now, it was just yesterday, August 24th, 2018, that the news broke about McCain's brain cancer treatment ending. Yesterday had a life lesson number of 43, just like why today, one day later, has a life lesson number of 44. The reason the news broke yesterday is because both McCain and Senator summed to 43. Senator McCain, news by the numbers. With regards to the 44 that we talked about and him dying on this date with 44 numerology, if you take the numbers that divide into 44, the divisors of 44, and add them together, they sum to 84. Arizona equals 84. John McCain, remembered for being a Vietnam War veteran, 84. Important part of his entire career. And 84 is a really special number to this nation. United States of America equals 84. Masonry equals 84. Zionism 84. Jesuit 84. The name Obama has Gematria of 84. Obama was the 44th president who defeated John McCain in 2008. Think about it. McCain ran to be the 44th president. And as a reminder, the 44th president was actually the 43rd person to be president. So interesting how McCain equals 43. Just like how Trump is the 45th president, but he's only the 44th person to be president. And again, that's because of Grover Cleveland, who had a split term. He was number 22 and number 24, which messed up the count. The 25th president, the 24th person, so on. So McCain dead at 81. Here's a few other interesting notes. They're talking a lot about his book that he put out this year, where he mentioned he would be dying soon and he was going to miss living in this world. If you turn on the news, this is something they're talking about. And I wanted to go back and see what day that book was put out. It was put out May 22nd, 2018. And from that day to his death is a span of 96 days. And what's 96? Freemason. Again, this code is Masonic. Freemason 96, Freemason also 42. And the divisors of 42 sum to 96. Arizona has the Gematria of 42. He died at 4:28 local time. Notice the 4-2 to begin that sequence. Vietnam also has the Gematria of 42. So does World War, so does war. Think about this nation. George Washington, the first recognized president, a Freemason war general, a nation that's always been at war, and John McCain, one of the biggest war hawks for going to war in the Middle East after 9/11, which was all based on lies. John McCain's no hero. He's just another sellout to the agenda, another tyrant. And that's why he's getting all this praise today. You know, the praise isn't because he's a great man. He's a great man only to the people who control our media, who control this nation, which are real tyrants. Banker tyrants, you know, people that believe in killing and interest. That's their thing. Kill people, enslave people to interest, and who gets celebrated? The people that serve their agenda, such as John McCain. That's who John McCain is. That's all John McCain's ever been, you know. No war hero. I doubt he ever did a day as a prisoner of war either. I'm sure that's all part of his fake backstory for his puppet position in office where he served for so long. And for anyone who's paid attention to John McCain and government, didn't it seem like he was dying not long after, 9/11 and all that? His health really deteriorated really bad. Either he made a miraculous recovery or I don't know what happened. I thought John McCain was going to die over a decade ago, the way his health went down rapidly. He made a miraculous recovery, John McCain. I'm surprised he lived this much longer. But anyway, August 25th, it's the 237th day of the year. It's no secret that that number has a relationship with 42. It's that infamous number from the Stanley Kubrick film. And there's actually a documentary on that film and why they use that number. And the man who makes that film, he points out the same thing, that 2 times 3 times 7 is 42, this very special number to Freemasonry. And, Mr. Arizona dead on the 237th day of the year. Also, notice it's the day leaving 128 days remaining. We're going to come to that number at the very end. I should also point out the fact that this book came out on May 22nd, that's the 142nd day of the year, 142. If you write out 42 as a word, it sums to 142 with the alphabetic order. If you write out Gematria, it sums to the 142 with the reverse alphabetic order. Another special number. It's probably not coincidental at all that it came out on that date, especially the way it lines up with his death, which no doubt was planned for this day. Further, if you write out 42 as a word, it sums to 74, which I meant to put up here. But you can just go to gematria.com, type in 42, you'll see it sums to 74. Senator John McCain also sums to 74. Brain cancer also 74 in the base ciphers. August 25th also 74 in the base ciphers. Real special number. Masonic 74, Jewish 74, Killing 74, Gematria 74, English 74. If you want to add a couple more on there, holiday equals 74, Independence Day 74. Think about this nation's birthdays, 7-4. He died 4 days before his 82nd birthday, and we can understand why. 4 days. 4. That number associated with death. And again, brain 44, cancer 44. They couldn't let him be 82 because that wasn't the number for Senator McCain or ritual. Senator McCain had to have his plug pulled just before he turned his age on this perfect date. Today's date also has numerology of 33 and 51, like the word federal. He was a federal agent. And from Trump's birthday, Trump turned 72. This death comes 72 days after Trump's 72nd birthday. Or you could also say it comes a span of 73 days or on Trump's 73rd day of his age. 73 is a big number with sacrifice. Sacrifice 73, ritual sacrifice 73. If you turn on the news, you're going to hear the word sacrifice a lot with McCain, but not in this sense. They're talking about how much he sacrificed as an American, being a prisoner of war and serving his country for all the years he did in Congress and Senate. But understand, he didn't serve his country. He sold us all out. He served the tyrants. That's all these elected officials do who aren't elected at all. They're all installed. This is a giant Masonic dictatorship, this nation. Always has been, always will be until it's overthrown. So August 25th, the day leaving 128 days left in the year, notice how they write Senator John McCain here. It's the way you'd see it on TV a lot too, with that same spelling, Sen, abbreviated John McCain, 128. Perfect day. Senator John McCain, also 22 or 223 like Masonic. And I'll remind you, March 22nd, 22/3 is the 81st day of the year. It's the Masons that are into rituals and numbers, killing people by the numbers, creating propaganda news by the numbers, electing people by the numbers. So there it is, Truth Seeker. Another undeniable Gematria proof. One more thing I could add that I didn't talk about, but something I've talked about many times before, is just the first name John. John, that's 10 plus 15 plus 8 plus 14 using the alphabetic order equals 47. Remember, that's the huge number with Freemasonry. Their logo's the compass with the G. The compass is set at 47 degrees as a tribute to the 47th problem of Euclid. DC equals 47, government 47, authority 47, Republican 47, Democrat 47, White House 47, President 47, Caesar 47, Trump 47 when you flip the alphabetic order around. So a good name for a politician. Of course, John's a very common name, but just one more lesson to close it out. Until next time.